A very good day to all my listeners all across the globe. This is George Nathaniel for you, and welcome back to my podcast, which is George Nathaniel. My podcast, as you know, is available across every platform all across the globe. I also have my blog website, which is called georgenathaniel.net. You can come and listen to my podcast or read my blogs, which are different. Remember, my podcast and my blogs are all about simple, generic things that happens around life. It's all about building happiness, sharing good experiences, and of course, building wellness all across life. So, listeners, what is my topic for today? Well, as you know, I always come up with a topic which is very simple and generic to our lives. The topic for today is ongoing. Well, ongoing is something that happens at every moment of the hour with a tick of the clock. So, getting back to my topic, let me begin by telling you about a phrase that each and every one of us have heard. I hope people have been telling us at every moment of time, but we do not pay much attention to it. The simple phrase is every turn leads to a new beginning, or the start of a new beginning is just at the end of every end. So when we relate to it and we look at it or we pay more attention, what we actually understand is yes, at every turn we come to a new start, and at the end of every street it leads to a new beginning. So let us be realistic. Let us understand when we're talking about ongoing. Ongoing is a demand that we need to relate to all through our lives. And when we are realistic towards the ongoing journey of our lives, it just takes us closer to our goals. It just helps us achieve bigger tasks. It helps us to scale over our lives. And most importantly, it keeps us in all wellness. My mom always told me, she said, build all your focus on your own efforts and move ahead unattentive about the surroundings. Everyone does things that are beneficial for them. So why waste moments of your time? So when I sat down to listen and pay attention to my mom's advice, what I found out was she was absolutely right, as all moms are. She was actually telling me to focus more on my own initiatives. She was telling me to put in better quality over my efforts. She was telling me to build bigger results over my effort. And most importantly, she was telling me not to waste my time. So ongoing is all about these very basic things that happen all along life. So when we talk about ongoing, what are the awareness that we need to look into? What are the things or what are the very basic things that we need to focus on while relating to ongoing all across our lives? Well, I would say very simple, keep it very simple, as I always say and I always relate to. What is most important that most of us hardly pay attention to? I would say completion over course of things. Moments cannot be avoided or overlooked. So when we look at something, a situation, a circumstance, an ongoing, whatever, we need to focus on completion of it. We cannot leave it half done, or we cannot be overconfident that yes, it will happen over a course of time. So completion is very important. The next I would say is moving on. We cannot afford to get stuck on things. We cannot afford to get stuck on time. We cannot afford to get stuck on any situations or circumstances. Remember, everyone says this all across the world that yes, every problem has a solution and every solution leads to an achievement. So do not get stuck on things and learn to move on. Next is always we need to understand that there is a scope in everything that we do. So what pertains to you will relate to you. It's always good when we face off through completion, when we move on and we find a new scope. And remember, every scope comes with an amendment. So every time we come across a new scope, Remember, that's something new for us, that's a bigger opportunity for us. So let us be very attentive to whatever's there in the offering. So, like I always say, we need to relate to our personal lives, our professional lives, or our wellness all across lives. So, when we relate to this, and when we relate to the subject of ongoing, what are the few things that actually we can relate to? Well, I would say number one, to upgrade. We need to upgrade and learn to multitask. It is very, very important. Multitasking involves a lot of aspects in our lives. Multitasking also trains our mind. Multitasking also builds leadership. Multitasking also builds more responsibilities in our lives. Engage. Remember, most important of anything is doing things. So we need to engage and get something done. If something demands our involvement and needs our attention, we might as well go and do it. So engage is another aspect. Elevate. Remember, there's one sentence that that's one sentence that I just kind of read it every day, every moment. The same dream never works. So we need to elevate our lives. We need to elevate our moments. We need to elevate over our initiatives. And we need to elevate over our actions. So when we relate to this in all our progress, when we understand, okay, the lesson of ongoing is about upgradation, it's about engaging, it's about elevation, then automatically we sync with the tick of time and moments get better for us. Gets better for all our involvements, and of course moments even gets better over all our contribution. So like I always say, my topics are very, very generic. My topics are very common. My topics are something that just to give you an eye opener, so that when you sit down and relate to what's happening all around, when you sit down and to understand how you can better things around, this should give you some insights to help you make life even better. This should help you to build our happier moments, and this should help you to build wellness all across life. I hope you like listening to my podcast, which is very simple and generic. This is George Nathaniel. Please do come and listen to my podcast, read my blogs, put in a request. I feel nice when I get in this specific requests or topics to relate to. It's not just about me talking or people sharing things. It's about wellness all across the globe. We can all share. Everyone has an opportunity to share an experience. So if you cannot share it in your voice, I'll be more than happy to share it in my voice, because it's all about happiness. It's all about wellness. It's all about how much better we can make our world. I hope you like listening to my podcast. This is George Nathaniel. I wish you all wonderful moments ahead. Keep smiling, keep shining, and keep building all the happiness all across. Thank you so much.